Good evening, it's good to be here with you. I brought this prop, some of you might recognize it as a Norwegian recliner. This was once the element in all the barns. It's a great symbol of what farming is supposed to be. Each leg has a purpose. One leg, the most important leg in the beginning, was the support of the local family farm and farm family. Also the farm community. The second leg was all about stewardship of the earth, an important concern for faith communities. We see from the very beginning of Scriptures, sacred Scriptures, the importance of recognizing the importance of we, as the human stewards of the great resources we've been gifted with. The third leg was supposed to be equal to the first two legs, and that was the leg of production. Now, if we were to design this stool for today, it would basically look like a tree log. It would just be one solid production leg. No family concern, no concern for the earth, a useless milk stool. And that's what's happened not only to dairy, but it's happened to our whole food production system. When I speak to local consumers in faith communities, many of them don't even know the food system is broken. So what I like to do is to use a very simple, pardon my Norwegian PowerPoint, but I went through a downsizing a year ago, and while I was hanging around the house getting in my wife's way, she said, "You surely can do something useful here while you're here." And I said, "Well, I'll try to bake." She says, "What would you like to make?" I said, "Meatloaf." So what do you need? Breadcrumbs. I'll just dry some bread out on the counter. No, I just bought that bread. I'll get you some breadcrumbs at the store. So she went to the little grocery store in our rural area, and she brought me back Food Club plain white breadcrumbs. As generic as you can get. So I started thinking after reading Michael Pollan's book, which, you know, for those of us that are reading Challenge, can really add a lot of difficulty to our lives because we can't pick a product up without spinning it around to look what the ingredients are. I ask you, how many ingredients should there be in breadcrumbs? And I come up with wheat, or flour. I come up with salt. I come up with yeast. I come up with water. And then, if you got to dry it out, air. Let's add air. 5 ingredients I come up with. Okay? What is in your daily bread? And this is asking for your daily bread is something we all do in our faith communities. What's in your daily bread? Well, in my daily meatloaf bread, there is enriched wheat flour, malted barley, niacin, ferrous sulfite, thiamine, mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, water, high fructose corn syrup, partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, soybean and/or cottonseed, and/or canola, and/or corn oil. May contain salt, yeast, salt, honey, sesame, and/or poppy seeds, molasses, wheat, gluten, whey, soy flour, whole wheat flour, rye flour, oat flour, cornmeal, rice flour, potato flour, butter, skim milk, buttermilk, lactic acid, distilled vinegar, soy lecithin, dough conditioners, mono and diglycerides, sodium and/or calcium steroids, lactates, yeast nutrients containing one or more of the following: monocalcium phosphate, calcium sulfate, ammonia sulfate, calcium proportion preservative, and potassium sorbate preservative. Also may contain wheat, soy, and milk products. There's milk products possibly in here. So these are our breadcrumbs. If we can't make breadcrumbs, how are you going to let us try to make anything else? The system's broken. I'm proud that you're all here tonight. I wish you great success on the hard work we have to do tomorrow. This is just a battle we can't lose. When people say to me, "Well, I don't really worry too much about farmers, I shop at Century." I say, well, if you haven't eaten the last 2 weeks, I wouldn't worry about farmers. If you stuck a meal or two in, we've got great problems on the farm. And when farmers fail, farm communities fail. And when farm communities fail, the urban community falls in upon itself. So I ask you, what could be more important than considering what is in our daily bread and what is in our daily milk? And I thank you very much for your work, and I thank the panel for this time with you tonight.